We have engineered our modern lives for maximum convenience. From one-click deliveries to curated dating profiles, the friction of daily existence has been largely engineered out. Yet instead of achieving any sort of widespread contentment, we are collectively sinking into record highs of burnout and isolation. Our culture conditions us to view any negative emotion, sadness, frustration, or boredom, as a system failure. If we aren't feeling good at all times, we assume something is wrong, trapping us in a relentless and exhausting pursuit of positive feelings. Look at what happens when we study this dynamic. This graph plots the deliberate effort people exert to be happy against their reported levels of loneliness. You would expect a downward slope, but the line actually trends sharply upward. The explicit, desperate chase for happiness directly correlates with an increased feeling of disconnection. Happiness cannot be a target. It is a fragile byproduct. The moment you make it your primary metric for success, it evaporates. This specific trap has a name, Hedonia. It is the ancient philosophy of maximizing pleasure and avoiding pain, and it has become the default operating system of modern society. When we apply this hedonic standard to relationships and our goals, we demand a frictionless environment. But without friction, nothing is earned and nothing is sustained. This is why modern love so often results in a hollow, empty feeling. We want the warmth of connection without the weight of compromise. The renowned 19th century philosopher Arthur Schopenhauer famously diagnosed this exact psychological condition. He observed that a life dedicated to pure pleasure operates like a pendulum, swinging endlessly between the pain of unfulfilled desire and the agonizing boredom of finally getting what you want. If a life of frictionless pleasure leads back to the same boredom and emptiness we were trying to escape, then the metric of feeling good has reached its limit. We need a new way to relate to the world that doesn't completely collapse the moment things get difficult. That alternative is Eudaimonia, a concept centered on the pursuit of meaning, virtue, and authentic connection through intentional effort. Unlike Hedonia, Eudaimonia requires us to voluntarily accept friction. It means taking on difficult tasks, risking vulnerability in our relationships, and enduring the inevitable suffering that comes from caring deeply about something. The biological roadblock here is severe. Adopting a eudaimonic mindset forces us to actively override our own evolutionary wiring, which screams at us to run away from pain and conserve energy. How can a flawed, biologically risk-averse human being endure the heavy friction of a meaningful life without being psychologically crushed by the weight of it? Philosophy alone will not save you. To actually survive the pursuit of meaning, you have to install a practical psychological resilience system. The 90-second rule shows that a raw emotional chemical spike naturally peaks and flushes out of your system in exactly 1.5 minutes. Feeling pain past that mark is cognitive rumination. Your brain artificially keeps the loop alive by replaying the trigger. To break this loop, psychologists recommend cognitive reframing and third-person self-talk. By referring to yourself by your own name in your head, you create psychological distance, stepping outside your ego to observe the pain objectively rather than drowning in it. Next, you apply mental contrasting. Instead of relying on fragile optimism, you visualize a meaningful goal right alongside the brutal obstacles standing in your way. This grounds your expectations in reality. These tools do not prevent suffering. What they do is strip away the unnecessary misery of self-inflicted rumination, leaving behind only the productive friction required to build meaning. When you pair meaningful goals with that kind of psychological resilience, you encounter the Stockdale Paradox. This is the historical observation that in catastrophic situations, pure optimists are often the first to break because their fragile expectations are repeatedly crushed by reality. The concept is named after Admiral James Stockdale, who survived 8 years as a prisoner of war. He didn't endure by relying on toxic positivity. He survived through brutal realism, paired with an unwavering commitment to his core sense of meaning. Stockdale's mindset represents the ultimate manifestation of eudaimonia. He accepted the agonizing facts of his current reality, while refusing to let that reality destroy his broader purpose. This approach to reality is what allows a person to move from being fragile to being antifragile. It creates a psychological system that uses disorder and stress as fuel, allowing you to grow because of the friction you endure, rather than in spite of it. Having a fulfilling life does not mean having everything perfectly put together. It certainly does not require existing in a state of perpetual joy. The highest form of living is simply having the courage to be a flawed, authentic person, equipped with the mental tools to process the inevitable pain of existence without hiding from it. Our limited time should not be spent optimizing for comfort. It should be dedicated to the heavy, difficult, and profound things that actually matter. Stop desperately chasing happiness. Dedicate yourself to chasing meaning, and allow happiness to find you as a byproduct while you are busy living.